Hello everyone and good morning to you. It is Stephanie and welcome to today's 25 to 30 minute daily flexibility rebounding routine where we are jumping instead, or we're jumping and we're doing other forms of fitness. But either way, this type of stretching and this type of strengthening it's unique, it's exclusive, it's one in of its own. It is completely remarkable, and I'm so excited to be here, to be in this class instructing you, and let's do it. Let's go inward, let's nose breathe, let's connect to our deepest flexibility, being as present as possible, taking this moment, taking this opportunity to really connect, to connect inward, to connect to feelings, the feelings of the stretch, the feelings, the emotions that are connected to these movements and to our body. And we're opening up our body in a new way, and let's really dive deep, okay? So I'm on a Jump Sport 350 Pro, always with a handlebar in case we need to hold the handlebar, which we do pretty much the majority of the class. I use the handlebar in our bodybuilding classes as well, where I'm jumping on a different rebounder, the Cellar-Sizer rebounder. But the handlebar it gives us an opportunity to turn our head and to reach in new ways, and it helps us to create a little bit more symmetry in our strength development as well as our flexibility. We want to be able to connect to the feeling of balance in our results, and the balance bar is there for our support. And shoes are optional, and thank you again for choosing I Jump Instead. Let's get started. First with our posture jump, getting our body started in this up and down motion. My feet are actually flat against the mat, and I like it that way for now because all we're doing is just getting our body into this motion, and we can put our feet in a stance that feels comfortable. Try not to get too wide here. Let's just be in a stable, open position, and you may even explore a closed position while we're holding our hands on the bar. So let's lengthen the spine, keep the chin level, drawing in through the core, through the pelvic floor to help support the core. So that kind of includes lifting the chest. So drawing in from the core, the chest gets lifted, chin is level, and we bounce in a symmetrical way, feeling that symmetry in the landing, in the up and down motion. And I want you to feel inward. Let's go ahead and stretch into the neck. So without needing to necessarily look at me, I want you to have the mouth closed, be moving the breath through your nose, and reach your chin down. Just listen in to the instructions, but reach your chin down, and I want you to rotate your head slowly to each side, feeling each and every bounce in between the full rotations. And so just feeling inward, I want you to go from one side to the other. And when you are in the rotation, I want you to press your chin against your chest. Moving the breath through that nose. Just feel the stretching. Feel the shoulders pulling down to help with the stretch. So if your head is tilted to one side, the opposite shoulder kind of reaches down, and just feel into that full mobility, that full deep stretch, as we're still in a nice upright posture, connecting to that symmetry in the stretching. Feeling the breath connecting to that stretch, I want you to go a little deeper, and this time when you get your head over to one side, I want you to lift your head, and now just looking over the shoulder, explore the stretch where the head is turned over the shoulder and the bounce is increasing that mobility in that nice head twist. And when you're ready, looking over the other shoulder, just connecting to you, your neck, the feelings in your neck, the breath movement through, the gentle bounce. And the full body is connected, the core, the back, the feet connecting to the mat, connecting us to our bounce. Let's go ahead and let's reach our face to the side. So turning the head to the side, let's kind of reach the lips also to that side and create a nice deep stretch in the jawline. Almost like you're puckering your lips, but in kind of an exaggerated way, just to the side. And just be present in that gentle bounce, in that stretch. Feel that bounce against the stretch in the jawline. And to the other side when you're ready. The breath, the feeling, the stretch, the bounce, all connecting, making a difference, strengthening the jaw. Let's actually spend a moment opening the jaw and stretching into the jaw bone. Just open wide and open wider if you can. 3, 2, 1. Great job. Let's go ahead and roll the shoulders backwards in nice big circles. Drawing in the pelvic floor helps to keep the back straight up and just be in the feeling of connecting to your mobility, progressing your mobility, progressing your flexibility in your upper back, in your upper body, in your chest. You can, if you desire, you can take your hands off the bar, or maybe just one. I really want you to connect here to your own feeling, being in this therapy, this deep stretch therapy. Let's switch it up to the forward rotations. Feeling this chest stretch, the shoulder stretch, the upper back stretch, being in this rotation. That's your pace. You rotate at your pace. That feels good, that feels strong, that feels opening and cleansing and all the above. Now let's go ahead and do backwards rotations, one shoulder at a time. Now I have my hands off the bar. Normally I have my hands on the bar. So I'm just showing you something new where we are practicing balancing our body, having our spine upright and just rotating the shoulders, feeling into the waist, feeling into the back, the shoulders. Really pull the shoulders down, and one goes down, one goes up as high as possible, connecting to that mobility. When we really feel inwards, that's when we really go to our capacity. And we massage through that with the bounce and with the breath. Let's rotate forward. Three, 2, 1. Let's hold the shoulders pulling forward, the hips pulling forward as well. Let's hold that and let's bounce into it. Hands can be on the bar or off the bar, and I want you to feel your body sinking into the down bounce, into the deeper back stretch. So push the shoulders forward, push the hips forward, breathing through it. 3, 2, 1. Let's go into the opposite stretch where we're pulling the shoulders back, hips back. The chin also, I want you to tuck the chin in and just get yourself into the most symmetrical position you can. Feel that strength in the pose. Feel that stability in the pose, and then bounce and breathe through it, feeling the back, getting this exclusive stretch opportunity of that gentle up and down motion while we're in the stretch. We're going deeper, we're progressing it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Straight up and down. The spine is nice and tall, and it's even more open than when we started this class. So lift that spine, feel your back relaxing into the bounce, connecting to that pump, that flush. Let's put our feet into a little bit of a more wider stance. We're going to take our hands off the bar if you are comfortable. One hand off the bar is fine. Let's lift the chest, keep the chin level, and let's put our palms facing down, and let's stretch into our arms, our shoulders. So I like to keep my palms kind of loose, my hands open, but I'm more so stretching through the shoulder, under the arms, into the forearms, through the wrists. And I feel this kind of open stretch, this width that's happening through the chest. And I want to feel the kind of the reach through the elbows. And then a little bit of a wiggling the fingers. Let's wiggle the fingers a little bit. And feel that stretch. Now I want you to bring your palms down and reach through the wrists and wiggle the fingers again. Now I want you to reach the fingers straight out in that diagonal reach. Palms can be open and feeling that down bounce. We're lengthening all the way through. How good does that feel? Connect the breath. Be intending for that breath to be progressing that stretch. Now let's reach the palms so they're facing forward. Keep that chest lifted. See if you can feel into the biceps, feel into the underarms, through the elbows. Wiggling the fingers. And now let's relax the arms. Let's just take the wrists and let's rotate them. And I want you to go into your wrists. Feel the full rotation, connecting to the mobility. And I want you to do circle rotations in both directions. If there's any tightness, you might pause and gently bounce, gently stretch into that tightness, gently, no pain allowed, and wiggling the fingers, keeping that breath in motion. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go ahead and keep our toes facing forward. Keep your body in that gentle bounce. Let's rotate the chest so we're facing the side of the room. Pull the back shoulder back. Keep the spine nice and elongated as the chin stays level. Feel that twist in that spine. Feel the lower back stretching, that back shoulder pulled back, and then feel that bounce. Feel that compression, that release, that pump. When you're ready, slowly come out and let's go to the other side. Keeping that nice twist in there, feeling symmetrical. Back shoulder comes back and we connect. Connect to that up and down pump, that motion, that resistance, release. Let's go ahead and do that one more time on each side. Maybe feeling a little bit more deeper into the stretch. Making sure that we want to be in a long, tall position in that spine. So let's slowly come out and go to the other side, keeping the spine nice and tall throughout the rotation. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Facing forward. Let's go ahead and rock side to side. So feet are flat against the mat. Maybe one heel, or not maybe, probably one heel is lifting off at a time as we just gently rock back and forth. And I want you to take your arm here and I want you to do bicep curls on one side. And with every, it doesn't matter if the bicep curl, whichever foot is landing into the mat, doesn't matter. Let's just pump it up, pump it up, pump it up. I want you to see if you can get that bicep pumped up with blood by squeezing into it. Let's do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switching arms. So getting that muscle activated, connecting to our bicep, breathing through the nose. Let's see if you can get that muscle pumped, get it full of blood, get it pumping with your own internal flex and strength. 10, 9, squeeze, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go ahead and switch arms, and let's put our arm up like this. And let's flex the arm. See if you can put a firm flex in the arm. And then we're gonna do some more pumps again. So start pumping here. Pump, pump, pump. I want you to open the chest, kind of reach the shoulder out, and we pump. And see if you can feel a little bit of a strength or a contraction of the muscle as the arm is open. Pump, reach, squeeze, squeeze, flex, flex, flex. 8, 7, 6, 5, squeeze, 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 squeeze. Excellent. Other side. First starting here where we're flexing the arm, moving that breath. Let's incorporate some pumps here. So we're feeling the squeeze in the bicep contraction there. And then on the outward flex or reach, we have a feeling of flex or tensing up the muscles in that outward position. 10, 9, 8, give me strength. 7, 6, squeeze it out. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Last move we're gonna do is we're gonna go back. So reaching the arm back, you can have your hand in a gentle fist if you want. First, I want you to lengthen the muscle and the arm and reach. And then we're gonna do bicep curls again, but let's focus on the reach and the tricep contraction, okay? So get into this. We're just still rocking, breathing through the nose, and with every single lengthening of the arm, contract the muscle if that feels good. So maybe the arm needs to lift up a little bit. See if you can get that muscle to contract, tense up a little bit. 10, 9, 8, reach it up. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switching sides. First we straighten out the arm, palm open or closed. Lift the arm, feel that contraction of the muscle. Start pumping it out. Feel the up reach, feel that connection, feel that tricep getting stronger. 10, 9, make it count. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now let's pump the heels. So we have the top half of our feet connecting to the mat, and we're just pumping the heels. Let's go ahead and get up on the balls of the feet. So the balls of the feet are still staying connected to the mat. And I want you to play around in your calf strength. So we're pumping those calves, and you can feel that kind of that extension through both ankles as we are lifting into the up bounce. And when you need a break, come back down and just pump into the heels, and then get back up there. And let's put a pump in our calves. Let's get those calves pumped, looking good, feeling circulated. So taking your breaks, let's just try to stay here now in this leg activation. You might notice when you're up into the balls of the feet that you can connect with the strength in your quads, kind of being in a lengthened position, lengthening the spine, reaching it up, keeping the chin level, and then just come back down when you need a break, when those calves are, when they're tucking, when they need a rest. So let's get up here, let's practice the lengthening of the legs. So important. That's part of accessing faster results, is when we can include lengthening in potential moves of strengthening or contracting the muscles. When we can, like for instance, when we do this, we could be reaching or focusing on the reach in between the bicep curls, and that is lengthening the biceps. So we're doing a combination of stretching and contraction, which helps to access more muscle tissue potential. So let's go ahead and pump into those calves for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's bend the knees a little bit. Feet are flat against the mat. So we bend and we're pumping down into the mat. Bend the knees to your greatest challenge, to the challenge that you desire right now. Back is straight, chin is level. Just get into a flat foot, downward pump rhythm. So meet your mat's resistance. This will automatically start to activate the quads. Move your breath, feel comfortable, and of course stand up taller if the quads start to engage too much. Bend your knees a little bit more if your knees feel comfortable, if you're looking for a little bit more activation. We're giving our body a little pump, a little muscle activation. So let's feel those quads developing. Let's feel this beautiful opportunity and moment where we're just putting the quads in a gentle resistance wave. And it's so powerful. We don't have to be lifting or bearing heavy weight. We just are forcing adaptation. And we're introducing a new concept of progression, of progressive overload, time under tension, putting those quads in a gentle, low resistance, but effective, feeling the resistance, feeling that it is strengthening the muscles. We just play and connect and explore time under tension. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten out those legs. Gently bounce here. And let's bring the glutes forward. And let's do a glute pump. So we're gonna hold those glutes. So what I want you to do is actually stop bouncing, put the glutes forward, and let's intend for the glutes or the hips to be pushing forward. And then I want you to tilt your pelvis up and push forward and up, okay? So hold that to the best of your ability. Wherever you're at is perfect. So just forward and up. Feel those glutes contract. This is an advanced glute activation, and you're doing it forward and up, however you can get it and manage the flex to lift. And then let's just begin a little tiny movement, taking this glute thrust hold to a whole new level. Adding in a motion, adding in an up and down, adding resistance. We are not adding too much resistance. There's a lot of potential to add resistance because we can jump, but we can just bring it into motion and practice. Practice the time under tension, holding the glutes forward and up. Having that be the first priority is that we're focused on the flex, but then we add the motion. We nail the form and then we add the motion, and that's part of the equation with bodybuilding on a rebounder. So let's hold, keep that breath moving. 5, 4, 3, 2, release. Let's bounce. Now, feet in a wide stance, and let's reach the hamstrings or the glutes back. And let's do a little bit of hip swaying. So I want you to lean your hips side to side and flat feet contact against the mat, but I want you to feel that the weight is distributed into the heels, one heel at a time, and I want you to reach and stretch. Stretch those glutes out. We just strengthened them. We just put them under tension, time under tension, and we're stretching out. We're kind of going into those hips. And let's turn this stretch into a circle rotation. So when you're ready, I want you to lift and stand in a circle, and we're doing circle rotations. And spending, I like to go slower in this. I like to spend those moments in what I am experiencing is the advancement of my flexibility. The hips would rarely, potentially, if we're not doing this regularly, they don't get this range of motion very often where you're in that full circle. It's very balancing and aligning for the spine. If we do this every day, we're gonna notice much better coordination and strength and symmetrical fit, like flexibility and muscle gains potentially. We'll experience more symmetry. Let's go ahead and rotate on the other side. If we have our hips nice and open and loose in that circular rotation, moving that breath through the nose. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go ahead now and sit down, and we're gonna do a little bit of quad and hip strengthening. So we have our arms pumped up, calves, our thighs, our glutes. Let's do a little bit more thighs just for a few minutes. We're gonna sit bounce, sit nice and tall, drawing in the pelvic floor. Hands can be on the bar or not. My feet are on the ground. And let's go ahead and take this moment where we bounce and we lift that leg. And I want you to feel inward, to lift that knee up as high as you can. And I want you to hold it until the leg says, I need a break. And then I want you to switch to the other side. And just be in this for just a few minutes here. We're gonna just rotate back and forth. So lifting the knee up higher, as high as you can, is gonna help you to get into more reps of each leg. So keep that breath moving, keep connected, stay present in your breath, and stay present in the feeling of that strength, that hip. We are gonna lay down at the end of class just in a few minutes. So in a minute. So I'd like to encourage you to prepare for a little bit of laying down. We're not doing anything strenuous. We're just gonna kind of touch into the body and connect. Let's do a little slapping on that lifted leg, whichever leg is lifted. A little bit under the thigh, on the sides of the thigh, around the knee, connecting to get that calf, shin, full leg. It actually is strengthening. It actually boosted my heart rate just to start tapping. So that's nice, connecting to that strength in the hip. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go ahead and lay down and feel those thighs getting recovery. This is so beautiful because when we do our glute strengthening and our thigh strengthening, one thing we can do at the end of every class is lay down and put the legs in an inversion, which helps us to recover the legs. And again, another advance or strategy or an exclusive opportunity to advance recovery. Flushing the body, being in the bounce, that's enhancing recovery, and then leg inversion. And then, hey, add a little bounce to that leg inversion and you're taking that flushing, that recovery to a new level. So I'm gonna go to the classic stretching here where we have one leg propped up against the bar, and let's go into this one leg here and let's rotate into the ankles, spread the toes. I want you to feel a slow ankle rotation where you're connecting to your deepest flexibility, progressing it. What's cool about therapy is when we have physical, so keep touching and loving your leg. When we're in physical therapy and we have pain, let's say we had ankle pain, we recognize just how potent an ankle rotation is. When there is no pain, we may not understand, like, what is this doing? We may not really fully be embracing or acknowledging the profound opportunity that we're having, or the profound advancement that we are creating in the flexibility. We are advancing it when there's pain. We know that we're advancing. We know we're strengthening and healing it, but we don't know if there's no pain. So we're not looking for pain, but we are looking for our flexibility capacity, and we want to go in there and create more mobility. And that is why these classes can be so powerful, because we never want to just go through the motions. We want to go in there like a bodywork masseuse, and he kind of, if he or she, if he's massaging into a certain area like the calves, he's not just putting you to sleep, he's going to work. And we want to go to work with our bodies when we're jumping. And we don't need to go to work to where our heart rate's high, or we could cause pain, or we're causing any suffering. We just need to go to our capacity, breathe and be present, and let it be a comfortable but powerful experience. So let's just feel into this leg. And I like to stretch into the inner thigh, connecting to that mobility opportunity here. One leg is inverted, maybe a little stretching into the glute and hamstring, a little bit of slapping, connecting to a little bit more circulation in the area. And then if you are new to this class, we like to just touch the toes. We like to reach through the heel, connect to our stretch, that the back of the leg stretch really gets connected with the heel lift. So that's kind of what I mean too by advancing and going into the flexibility extent. When you lift through that heel, you feel it all the way through the back of the leg, and that feels good, but it also feels like, whoo, it's kind of intense, right? That's what we want in some of the stretches. We want to go into that capacity and stretch. And we want to love and connect and accept and nurture and acknowledge and be with our leg. Let's switch to the other leg. The ankle rotations, feeling the ankle complete in its full circle, moving the breath through the nose, opening the toes, feeling that strength, feeling our ability to open the toes and observing our ability, our capacity, and looking at it like an opportunity to master. If somebody were to say, okay, we're gonna go to the toe spreading Olympics and we need you to get better, progress your skill, just be in that intention of progression. We want it like when we do our jaw, when we open our jaw, we just want to go to the capacity. Okay, I've said it enough. Go to the capacity and nurture it, spend some time in there. So let's lift through the heel, feel that nice, deep, powerful stretch, body work into the knees, into the back of the knees, into the thighs, the calves, the shins, the ankle, the feet, the heels, the toes, and then a little stretch into the hamstring and the glutes, all while we're having the legs inverted and we're on a flexible surface. And class is about wrapped up. The last thing we could do when you're finished, because I want you to stay here on your back for the next 20 minutes and just be here now with your body and love yourself and connect. Just keep moving the legs, keep opening up the legs, the hips, the thighs, the inner thighs, all the above. And another thing we can do too is practice our pelvic floor contraction while we're laying down. It actually is easier for me to connect to that pelvic floor contraction. And we can combine the breath awareness through the nose and explore that muscle contraction, the pelvic floor contraction, connecting us to a stronger contraction where we can apply that to the standing bouncing when we're standing bouncing and doing our stretching, our standing stretching, okay? So being here now also, when you are contracting into the pelvic floor, try not to contract the whole body, just relax into the draw, the pull up. Relax the shoulders, relax the face. And you might spend a few moments here pulling on the ears. We didn't pull on the ears. And let's do one big hum. Let's pull the ears, legs inverted, and let's hum it away for just 30 seconds. Here we go. We're also going to the humming Olympics and we want to progress our hum. So I have this feeling, I'm going to stand up. I have this feeling that with more practice, I'm going to be able to hum for longer and hold a stronger vibration. And I want that for you. I want us to connect to where we're at in our hum and then notice after a few months that we're better at the skill of humming. Let's do it. Let's practice together. Thank you so much for being here in today's class. If you like the routine, please give me a thumbs up on the video. And if by any chance you're not subscribed, subscribing to this channel is going to include our new uploads into your YouTube feed. So subscribing is how you access our videos easily because they show up in your feed whenever you click onto YouTube. There's our new videos simply because you're subscribed, okay? And I want you to comment below. Why don't you go ahead and send me the flag that represents the country that you live in. And I am so excited to have you here in this class. I hope to see you tomorrow. And
Check out ijumpinstead.com for more information about the Rebounders that we love and recommend. Take care. I'll see you tomorrow or in the next class.